All right, so real quick before we get into the actual video, I just want to make a disclaimer about the actual transfer process of accounts and all that. You can easily transfer accounts among the same types of devices. For example, if it's iPhone to iPhone or Android to Android, that works perfectly well. But if you were to do iOS to Android or Android to iOS, for example, then that wouldn't work as well. You would still transfer the account, but you lose all your gems, and you also lose any like bonus rush or any battle passes you have. You'll lose all of that in the process of transferring between OSs. So, you know, if you are on iPhone, I recommend just trying this emulator out with, you know, a fresh brand new account, because you can just make a new account on here and just try it out, see how it is. If you're on Android, you could definitely try it because you will keep your gems and all that. But the second part of my disclaimer is please link your account with Facebook. If you don't have a Facebook, definitely just go make one. Make a Facebook specifically for One Piece Bounty Rush and all your other video games, because it's pretty well used, especially for gacha games. So if you do make a Facebook, even if you install the emulator and the emulator somehow doesn't work, and like, you know, it's crashing on the startup or something and you can't transfer after, this way, if you have it linked through Facebook, you will never lose your account, because you could easily transfer back to your phone if it doesn't work on the emulator. If you do it through transfer ID, that's a one-time transfer. So if you create a transfer ID for your main account, transfer it into emulator doesn't work, your account is pretty much going to be gone. So that's the disclaimer. Make sure you are on Android if you're going to transfer your main account, and make sure you're using Facebook transfer ID to go through this. Not even Apple ID or anything, Google, none of that. It needs to be Facebook. So create a Facebook account before you do any of this, and you should be good to go. Alright, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing a tutorial on how to install One Piece Bounty Rush on PC. I get this question asked a lot on live streams and, you know, on my videos and stuff. They'll see my cursor on the screen and they'll be like, whoa, are you playing on PC? And yes, I am. I actually play One Piece Bounty Rush on my PC using Bluestacks emulator. Bluestacks definitely isn't that hard to set up, but as you guys heard from the disclaimer, and you know, as you'll see more like when you watch the video, there's a lot of tedious little steps to optimize Bluestacks and make sure your account doesn't go missing and you're getting the highest frame rates possible. So we're gonna go over all of that, from how to even download Bluestacks, optimizing your computer, linking your account, and setting up your Xbox controller or PlayStation, or even keyboard actually. So you could try all of that. And yeah, we're gonna go through everything. And you know, if you guys have any questions, you could just comment down below and all of that. But I'm gonna try making it as straightforward as possible. And I am actually making this tutorial because, if you guys didn't know, recently my YouTube channel got hacked, and pretty much to sum it up, it was due to a computer virus I had. And because of that, I've completely reset my computer. Everything's wiped. It's pretty much like a brand new computer, as you can see. So I have to get Bluestacks myself in order to play Bounty Rush on streams and to make videos. So we're gonna be doing that today. And yeah, if you guys find the video helpful, leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. So let's get on to the video. One crucial key step before we do any of the installations, any of the like changes in Windows or graphics or Bluestacks settings, any of that, we need to go to our BIOS settings. If you guys don't know what BIOS is, it's your motherboard settings, like your main motherboard settings. And in order to get to those, you actually have to turn off your computer and click the delete or F11 button. So yeah, literally I'm just gonna shut down my computer, well, after I end the recording, and probably just record it through my phone or something, and you guys will see. So yeah. All right, so now that my computer's powered off, I'm just gonna click power on real quick. See, it's powered off, and then you just wanna start clicking delete, kind of like crazy so you don't miss it. It does go by pretty quick when it opens up. So it's opening up. you'll see like the BIOS screen you guys are familiar with, and then boom, it just boom, there you go. Now I'm in my BIOS. Those are all my stats and stuff. I don't know if you guys should be able to see, but pretty much everyone's is different, you know, so I'm gonna try explaining it as simple as possible. I guess go to overclock settings, and you just want to look for a place where it says advanced CPU configurations. Boom. Once you click that, it's simple. It's this one right here, SVM mode. You want to enable it. As you can see, it enables CPU virtualization, which just allows you to actually use emulators on your computer. So mine's already enabled. If you don't have it enabled, enable it. And if you can't find the setting at all, just search up, like for me, it was B450 Tomahawk Max 2. That's my motherboard name. So you're gonna search up your motherboard name and how to enable virtualization on your motherboard. And you should be able to find that setting, enable that, and then you could just, boom, exit out. I didn't make any changes, so it's not gonna save anything, but yeah, and then you're just gonna restart your computer and go back to the rest of the tutorial. Yeah. We're actually not gonna start off with downloading Bluestacks today, and we're gonna start off with a few computer settings we could adjust straight off the bat. So what we need to do is hit the Windows button, and we can search up features, and you'll get turn Windows features on or off. You click that, just go through your security. I have to enter my admin password, and there we go. We'll be on this screen right here. So pretty much what we want to do is disable Hyper-V right here. Make sure it's off. And so Hyper-V, virtual machine platform, also make sure it's off, and Windows Sandbox. So make sure all three of these are off. Otherwise your emulator actually won't even boot up. And that's because of the specific version of the emulator we're gonna get. So once you have all those off, we could go ahead and start the download. All right, so to start the download, you're just gonna open up your internet browser. I'm gonna be using Google Chrome, and we're just gonna search up Bluestacks, just like that. And you click this link right here, download Bluestacks. It'll be easier to navigate. And as you can see, they have like Bluestacks XL, Bluestacks 5, like a bunch of them. And from my testing, like, you know, they get the job done, but they're not as optimized as the original Bluestacks 4. And the specific version we want is not the 64-bit or Hyper-V. From our previous step, you know that we did just disable Hyper-V. So if you have it enabled, you would try this one, but in my experience, it like crashes and it's unstable, so I don't really like using it. So I go with the 32-bit, and we're gonna download that. All right, so once your Bluestacks is finished downloading, you'll get it right here, and boom, you're just gonna open it up, enter in your security key, and we'll be greeted with the setup screen right here. So let's just go through this. We're gonna accept the software license. I don't want to receive no emails, any of that, so we're just gonna install it just like this, and it's gonna install to your main directory. I recommend installing it to your main hard drive because, you know, you don't really want it in your like secondary one. But yeah, just give it a second. It's gonna do its thing and just complete the installation. It's still doing a little bit. Okay, there we go. Installation is complete. Boom. And it automatically launches Bluestacks, which is fine. And you are gonna want to sign in because you won't be able to do anything without signing in. So yeah, I'm just gonna full screen this real quick and sign in with my Gmail. It's any Google account. You don't have to make another Google Play or anything. If you have a Google Gmail account, you just sign in with that right here. Just about finishing up. I just accepted everything, and you should be into the App Store right here, which is great. Really, you could download as many games as you want, like, you know, go crazy. But of course, what we're doing is One Piece Bounty Rush. So we're gonna download OPBR right here, start the download. 10 million plus downloads. Okay, we getting up there. 366k reviews. Like, yeah, OPBR getting up there for sure. But yeah, so the download finished, and we're just gonna open it up, and automatically you get their custom controls that they give.
One Piece Bounty
and you hear the One Piece Bounty Rush in the back. And these controls are fine, I guess, if you're using keyboard. These are probably the best controls. All right, there you see it crashed already. Boom, our first crash of the day. We still got some optimizing to do, so we're gonna do that. And you know, before we even download Bounty Rush, let's just do it before. So these are good. Make sure these are to the max. Honestly, you might have to experiment a bit, but these are the settings that work best for me. I like doing software decoding. This whole frame rate step is gonna be a whole step on its own, and this is actually how you officially get 60 FPS. Many people think you just click this right here and then just drag it up, which you do, but there's an extra step before that, which is to enable VSync, and then you have to exit out, and then like it's a long process, which I'll explain later on. So for now, just enable the VSync, and we'll come back to this later. But these are pretty much the main settings. We're gonna save that. We're gonna go display 1920 by 1080, save that. And actually, before I restart, let me just discard the changes. I don't think there's any other ones we gotta do. You could change these as well to change your phone if you want. Like, it's fine. And notifications and stuff, I usually don't like. And that's pretty much it. So that's all your stuff right there. And you just want to change this to 1920 1080p, restart it, and that's all the settings for Bluestacks itself. We're just gonna exit out real quick again, and this gives you a little pop-up. I like to do remember my preference and close Bluestacks for good. All right, so this is pretty much like a post-recording scene real quick. I realized I forgot to mention what multi-instance manager does. So pretty much what this does is you could use multiple different like emulators, right? So this is my main one. You could create a new one easily if you want to, say, transfer a different OPBR account. You want different, you know, it's mainly used for different accounts, I guess. But whatever reasons you have, you know, you could clone this same one or make a fresh brand new one, and yeah, change all the settings through this and all that. Still some more optimizing. If you guys go to your desktop, we just X'd out Bounty Rush, and as you can see, it's already on our desktop. What we're gonna do is right click the desktop, and if you guys have a GTX or an RTX NVIDIA card, then you see this, just like me, NVIDIA control panel. I hope it's similar for AMD, but honestly, I never had an AMD graphics card in my life. As you can see, I have an RTX 2060. So what we're gonna do here is adjust some of the Bluestacks graphics settings. So you wanna go into manage 3D settings, and you can just do it globally, but I don't like to do this because some of my games I don't really like, I don't need it to do that. But I go over here, program settings, and I do this for most of my games. And this is actually the right one, but you want to click add if you don't have it. And once you click add, you're going to see all the different things. So you're going to go to the one that says Android host and HD player, as you can see. So you're going to open that one up, and all my settings are default right now. So let me see. Yep. And what we're going to do is change power management mode to prefer maximum performance. Boom. Low latency mode to ultra. This one's super important. And lastly, for this one, I do high quality, but if you're kind of struggling with, you know, like FPS a lot, then you could do high performance or like somewhere in the middle. But if you got a good PC and you know it should be capable, do high quality and you'll get like beautiful OPBR graphics. So these are the exact settings you want. And yeah, those are the graphic settings. So just hit apply. There's a little boom, and there you go. All right, so now all that we have left in Bounty Rush is actually downloading the data, which I actually already did. So you have to click through all the accept things, and you go through downloading the data. It takes like a few minutes. Once you get that, you could just boot up into the tutorial world, select high-end mode, just like that. And we could start to test out, you know, our controller settings and whatnot. All right, so the emulator will start you off with the basic keyboard layout, and you know, it works. You could use WASD 1, 2 for that, space, whatever it says, right? But you could also change these if you want it to work for keyboard and mouse, for example. So you would go click each settings, go to gamepad and change the gamepad stuff. So you go here, boom, you make that, and all, just go through and change all of those pretty much. But I found out an easier way we could do this, and pretty much I could export my settings right here, and I'll link that in the description, so you could download the controller settings. And once you download it, you'll have a file that says bounty.cfg, just like this. And once you get that, you could actually just go and click this button, import, find bounty wherever it is in your desktop or downloads. For me, it's in my desktop. And you're just gonna import default edited. So import that, and you'll see you get default edited. You could change the name. I already changed it to OPBR, so I'll just, OPBR 1. This is my new one, and you click save. And now it's pretty much just plug and play. So as you can see, boom, we're in it. We're in it already. And we could just fight, do all that. So, that's all that. Here's my in-game setting. So I max out the sensitivity. I like to turn this off, auto camera adjust. Rotate minimap I like on small. Auto target, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And you definitely want to do left and right so you have more space here. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so you got all your controllers working. You could use D-pad to select your characters. You might have to adjust that a bit. Start or not start. If you click start actually on your controller, you can move your mouse around, so you could do all this, and you click start again and it goes to controller mode. So it's pretty cool. If you're sitting back on your couch and you just need to move your mouse and stuff, you could do that. And yeah, right stick to look around, left stick to move, LB for skill 1, skill 2 RB. You click Y to capture flag. Pretty simple stuff. A to dodge. Okay, we're just getting a little tutorial. A to dodge, and R2, RT or square to hit. So RT and then squared as well works. They're just two people. Like I use RT, but I put square because I know people use that as well, or X if you're Xbox. So yeah, that's all the controller setup. And as you can see, even with the graphics optimized and all the settings optimized, we're only hitting 30 FPS. So that's just not good. And I'm going to show you guys right now how to fix this. So this fix I'm about to show you is actually not like a permanent fix. You have to do this every time. So pretty much, I mentioned this before, you want to go back to your FPS settings. This is where it all happens. So if you guys enabled high frame rates already and maxed it out, you're probably like, what? It's not even high frame rates. Like it didn't even work. So the workaround to make this work, and keep in mind you have to do this every single time you play OPBR, right? So you have to do enable VSync, boom, okay? Then you save it. You'll see it's super choppy. That's fine. We're just gonna X out Bluestacks. We're gonna open up Bluestacks once again. So all right, we're back in the tutorial, and as you can see, we're still stuck at 30 FPS. So we're just gonna change this real quick, and we're gonna go back to the frame rate setting, and this time we already have VSync enabled. But if we do enable high frame rates now, you'll see it's disabled, and then you drag it and just look at the frame rates, right? It's at 30. As soon as I click save, boom, 72, 120. So now it's true like 60 FPS gameplay, and you could already see the difference. This is probably the most important part of the whole video, because a lot of people ask me how my gameplay is so smooth on live streams and stuff, like how I'm doing it. And this is literally the trick on how to make it smooth. So no other emulator, no other versions of Bluestacks allow you to do this little workaround. So this is why I use Bluestacks for 32-bit, so I could actually get this 60 FPS to work properly. And trust me, once you guys try it out for yourself, you're gonna love it. Just optimize all the settings, follow all the tutorial. It's pretty simple. And you'll be playing super smooth even if your computer is pretty low end. You should be able to get it smooth if you use this workaround. And boom, tremor this guy, and then he dead. So yeah, that's pretty much like OPBR set up. If you don't like these little, like once you get used to these, right, you could just go here and just lower the opacity. So I usually play like this, and I already know the controls, of course, so I'm used to it, you know, like I'll just be fighting. It's smooth as hell, and that's pretty much OPBR complete right there. So yeah, of course the last step would be just to transfer your account over, and I hope you guys watched the beginning of the video. That's why I put the disclaimer in the beginning. Make sure you guys are aware how the transferring works. If you go from iOS to iOS, gems are saved. Android to Android, or Android to emulator, emulator to Android, gems are saved, okay? Because emulator is considered an Android, right? But if you're going from emulator to iOS, iOS to emulator, iOS to Android, any of that, then you're messing it up, and your account's gonna transfer, but your gems are gonna be deleted. So when you do transfer, click OK. You know, make sure you're on an Android if you're doing your main account and it has gems. And do not use transfer ID. Please do not use this unless you have tested your emulator and you're gonna make your emulator the permanent place for it. Even then, I would never use this, because this is how you lose your account, bro. If you never want to lose your account, link it with Facebook. Always keep your Facebook memorized. Make a new Facebook if you don't have it. This way, if the emulator for some reason messes up and you can't access like the inside and you can't create a new transfer ID, that Facebook link will stay forever, you know? So you could go back to iOS, you could go back to your phones, like anything, you know? So keep it linked with Facebook. Anything goes wrong, you could just easily transfer it back. And also keep in mind, transfer ID is a one-time thing. So if you do it once to the emulator, you can't make another transfer ID in 24 hours, till 24 hours, right? So once 24 hours are up, you can make a new ID, but you can't use the old one, okay? So keep that in mind with this. So those are the disclaimers. Android, iOS, link it with Facebook, please. All right, just be aware. Just be aware. I gave you the disclaimer. Please don't DM me. Well, definitely do DM me if you somehow do mess it up and, you know, like they mess up your account. I'll help you get your account back. But getting your account back is a long process. You don't want to go through. Bandai is annoying. All these like game company supports are annoying to deal with. Trust me, like I'm currently in the process right now, so it's super annoying. You don't want to be in it. So keep your account safe. Keep it linked with Facebook. Keep your Facebook two-factor authenticated, all that, and you'll never lose your One Piece Bounty Rush account. So with all that being said, I hope you guys found the tutorial useful. You could go ahead and disable the FPS thing once you know, got everything set up and you know how this FPS workaround works. Then you could just like disable it, because your eyes will be able to tell how crazy the FPS difference is for real. So yeah, I hope you guys really found the tutorial useful. And if you did, definitely leave a like. And if you have any sort of questions or anything, you could comment. And if commenting doesn't work, you could actually join the Discord. Link is in the description. Then find my name, DM me. We could voice call, video call, whatever you need to make your emulator work. So I really want you guys to test it out. Just don't make the mistake of transferring from iOS, and don't lose your account because you don't have a link with Facebook. Those are the only disclaimers I have. And yeah, I hope you guys have fun with it. Like, it's definitely a new experience for Bounty Rush on the big screen with a controller. Feels like a console game. So yeah, definitely join the Discord. I'll put the link in the description. You can ask me for help there. We also do like VC sometimes, play Bounty Rush, play other games. Definitely join the Twitch, because I am planning to take a little break from YouTube streaming after that incident and just stream a bit more on Twitch while posting videos on YouTube. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace.